Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. So we did a small stream earlier on Honkai Star Rail to just do some of the side quests that were at the end of 3.5. And I did say later today I would record the reaction to the Evernight trailer, which I did expect to drop tonight at around 9 o'clock, and it's around 9 o'clock. September 22nd. So there's the trailer. It's been out for about 4 minutes. I think this is the earliest I've caught one of these trailers in a long time. And unfortunately, this means I'm going to spend like the rest of tonight editing. I'm a little bit overdressed. I'm not normally this dressed because I'm actually planning on going out to get food. And we'll probably be doing that shortly after this. So hopefully I'm not stuck here talking about this trailer for 30 minutes. Like I sometimes do. But it's 2-minute, 23-second trailer. Evernight trailer. Night falls. Everyone close your eyes. I don't like the sound of that. Anywho, let's drop that volume down. And let's start with reading the description as we always do. But before we get into that, just a reminder, if you want to see this content, or recommend more content for me to do reactions to, or more analysis, the best way to be up to date on what I'm doing and when I'm doing it is to join the Discord, links to which are in the description. And we do have a lot of other content in the pipeline. We are still playing through the Honkai story, so odds are I'm going to be spending this week streaming that, rather than playing through the 3.6 game story, because I'm a little bit behind. I didn't expect Act 1 of Nodcry to be 8 hours, so I have not had time to sit around and play Act 2 yet. But that's a story for another time. Anywho, night falls, everyone close your eyes. Let's see. March, please open up your eyes. Time to get up. You got caught trying to cross the border to Emporius. Evernight, Skylar Davenport. March 7th, Skylar Davenport. Female Trailblazer, Chloe Eves. I've kind of forgotten that we've recasted the Trailblazer, because I'm just not used to them talking all that much, and I think the most voice lines that they've had in the game at this point that I have heard was As I've Written, which they're not on screen for, so it's really hard to associate that. But it looks like we're in this trailer as the Trailblazer, so that's something. Alrighty, let's get straight to it. Closed captions, please.
You're awake, my
Okay.
March.
Is she awake?
What? You
Oh, is
don't
she in a cage?
recognize me?
I don't like this music box sound. She was with Tribby! Wait, she was at the battle against the Sky God? Titan? Whatever we're calling it?
No way! This isn't real!
Oh, that's not fair. Nightmares and dreams. Oh, that musical drop!
March!
Oh, it's probably the garden playing tricks on March. You know, this reminds me that March also has her own trailer that I don't think I did a reaction to because it was so long ago I wasn't playing the game at this
Don't
point.
be scared. With me here, you won't lose anything again.
That's a lot of murder. They look like mannequins, but I bet they're not mannequins.
I remember you. You are.
Oh! Switching to 2D!
When you wake, it will all be over.
You wake up and it'll all be over. So dreams is very much the domain of the Enigmata.
I am the Evernight that shadows your every step.
That's a lot of blood.
Was your greatest fortune
She's
in this
locked in a
life?
music box. Oh, her eyes turned into March's eyes there at the end. Oh, that was ominous. There was so much going on there, and it was such a fast-paced trailer. Well, let's get into the analysis and start looking into it little by little. So we open on this shot from March's POV, like I did call that, and it looks like we're looking from the view of a cage with a broken door or like a prison cell of some kind. But then when we cut away to the wide shot, it appears that she's just in the rubble of some kind of room. Then we see this music box that has the Honoric Shardsha symbol on it that is all over March's design. The little 4-flower, it's like the clover of her preservation shield skill. But let's go look at these little scenes that we see here real quick. Okay, this is the scenes. This is the fight against Penacony. Against the past, future, present, whatnot. Yeah, this just seems to be the ruins of some kind of room. Okay, so we have March with her camera that she does not have in Amphorius. But then again, we physically brought her camera to Amphorius. Whereas March might also have entered Amphorius through like a metaphysical state, so this could be like a mental projection, because she is physically still back on the Express in her room in a chunk of ice. But hey, Don Hung's here. So Don Hung talking to a Dromus. Did we see this scene? No, wait, isn't this the scene where we took a picture of the Dromus with Castorus and Don Hung when we first arrived in Amphorius? But March is here, and Tribby's here, which I don't recognize. And Tribby's eyes are blanked out here, which is really creepy, and I'm not sure why. Does March not remember anything that she's done while she was on Amphorius? Is that what this is implying? She goes with Tribby through the Gate of Infinity. Interesting. Is that Himiko there? So that's Himiko, the Trailblazer, and March, with Aglaya, Tribby, and Maide versus Celiosi, or whatever we're calling the Sky Titan. But then we have these jellyfish everywhere. Again, we have eyes being crossed out. Probably because March doesn't get to form a connection with these characters, so they don't know who they are. And it's blurry here, but it looks like Maide's eyes are crossed out here as well. That's a creepy-ass shot right there. I love the framing of Evernight just lurking in the back. Like she's lurking in the back of your mind. And then we get March looking back really scared. Now we get all these scenes of March by herself, now surrounded by the little... I guess we learned these names, their names are Evie now? Or Evie? I'm not sure of the pronunciation. Oh, Don Hung has a blurry face now. Or maybe the blurry faces, and there's Himiko with the blurry face as well. Maybe the blurry faces are going to be like the Children of Remembrance, or the Memo Keepers that were trying to force March to go into Amphorius, that we saw in the story. And they're going to impersonate members of the Astral Express crew, or people that are around March to try to manipulate her into doing something, but what that goal is, I don't know. There's the Trailblazer with their face being distorted, which is actually very similar to the effect that Polka Calcamon has on her face now that I think about it. Man, Polka Calcamon's been getting name dropped a lot. She's probably going to show up in the story at some point. I would not be surprised if she shows up in like 3.7 or like 3.8. They're definitely building up Polka Calcamon to do something in the story at some point. And for people who don't do Simulated Universe lore or the Herta side quests, I guess she's going to be a character that has only been name dropped once in the story at this point. Which would have been in 3.5 when Herta brought up the Lord of Silence to Lycus. Or whatever we're calling him now. I'm going to keep calling him Lycus because I think Lycus is a cool name. Lycurgus. I want to listen to this drop here real quick.
This isn't real! Really? Are you sure? March!
And then we just go back into the normal music. That's a really dun 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 kind of like almost horror movie sting built into the soundtrack there, and it's actually really, really cool. And now we have this, what I assume is a member of the Guardian impersonating us to try to trick March. And then they're getting revealed as what they really are, which are these mannequins. Which only makes it a little bit more gruesome later on when we see Evernight literally splattering them into nothing but blood. Oh, that is so creepy right there. But yeah, here we go. Close your eyes. When night falls, everyone close your eyes. Roll credits. So yeah, blast them away. Splatter blood. Blast them away. Look at all that blood. I wonder what the censorship has to say about all this blood. I guess it's ambiguous enough to where you can say it's not blood. She's moving around. She's in the moment. We see these very creepy scenes here. It's almost like a kaleidoscope effect. It is a kaleidoscope effect. And then we look into her eye and we see a looking glass surrounded by hands with fractured images of both March and Evernight. And now March is saying she remembers her. So I wonder what March specifically remembers about Evernight. That's something that I'm looking forward to finding out in the story. And Evernight also, it's very interesting that Evernight stops March from saying more about what she remembers. Which means possibly what she remembers about Evernight is not something that Evernight wants her to remember. It's kind of vague, but I'm not entirely sure. All right, and then we switch to 2D after this shattering. He pulls her in by the hand. And then embraces and interlocks fingers. It's almost like a dance. There's the ribbons. Which I guess are supposed to be similar to like the red thread of fate, but it's also reminiscent of like the strands of the jellyfish. It will all be over when you wake up. We're definitely playing into that this is a nightmare. This is a dream. And then this is actually a shot that's very similar to the Black Swan trailer, where the Trailblazer falls into Black Swan's open cupped hands. That's a very interesting parallel. I wonder how many people are going to notice that. Which makes this almost feel like it's all a dreamscape. And then we have this weird shot here where she's coming in across all these threads. There's like roses behind her. No, it's just red. Here's the music box being shown again. This time it's March being basically grabbed with ice ropes, and then she slams the box shut. I am the Evernight. The shadows of your every step. Forgetting me was your greatest fortune. And actually, March has Evernight's eyes here when she's getting trapped in the music box, so that's kind of ominous in itself. I wonder what that could possibly imply. Which is actually, we do get a callback to it, because one of the last things we see is Evernight's eyes become March's eyes. And then the one in the box becomes Evernight. This is reminding me of that old Rooster Teeth joke. Edgar is the one in the hole. The one in the box is Evernight. Is she March? Is she not March? She's clearly a separate entity from March. March seems to remember her, but as for what that is, I don't know. Going off of the Myriad Celestia trailer, there's a whole lot that warrants being discovered here. And I honestly was really hoping we would have a lot more from the description, but we didn't really get much. Anyway, that's going to be enough from me. If you'd like to see more content like this, join the Discord. Let me know what you'd like to see. You can also stay up to date on when I'm streaming live at twitch.tv/sheetstreams. And boy, do I have a lot of content to get through, but I've also been very busy lately and have not been able to stream as often. I will try to at least stream once or twice a week, but this is a busy week for me. I have like a really big exam coming up, so I'm probably going to take some time to do that. Anywho, that's all from me. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.